Hello my friends, David Kessler here and welcome back to the studio. Today we're going to talk about values. And what are values? Value in painting is the degree of light and dark in the painting. Is one of that and shapes together are the two most important things to learn about painting. If you can learn about values and how to correctly manipulate those, then you'll be able to provide needed contrast in your paintings. Now values are pretty simple. This is a value pattern that I typically use, or a value range that I typically use, and it's just four. It's light, dark, and then two middle values in between, a light middle value and a dark middle value. And that's about all I need really to make a painting. And people ask me, repeatedly, well, how much of each value do you use in a painting? And it's not a scientific answer. This is not math where 1 + 1 = 2. It's a sort of a feel for the painting. How much does it need? How much does it not need? But typically, in most paintings, they're going to be, mostly middle value. They're mostly going to be in this range. And then you'll have lesser amounts of this and lesser amounts of that. And typically what I do is put these two together to create a center of interest with the highest level of contrast in the painting. So for me, this is probably 70% of the painting, and these two combined are probably 30%. It's going to be more or less, but the middle values are going to create most of the values in the painting. Okay? Like I said, it's not a scientific thing, but you certainly wouldn't want to have mostly this and just a little bit of that, because you're trying to create a special area that has the highest level of contrast. That's going to be typically at a center of interest area, the most important part of the painting, the place where you want people to look. Right? That is the most important. So value will help you do that, to create contrast. And of course, contrast in paintings is king. Contrast is king. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Contrast is king. I like that. So when you're thinking about a value pattern for your painting, whether you're doing pre-planning or not, and pre-planning with a value study, as we saw in a previous video, is one of the best ways to assure that when you get to the painting, then most of your work is already done and the painting itself is just a small portion of the overall process of creating a painting. So if you're doing a value study and you're putting a value pattern on the value study, remember that it's going to be lesser amounts of dark areas, really rich dark areas, and light areas, and try to make those as the highest contrast to make your center of interest pop. And the rest of the painting, as Frank Webb so eloquently could put it, is an amalgam of middle value. And I know this is a time where I'll say all, for the most part, all art workshops are canceled. Mine are all canceled for the rest of the year, except for the ones I'm having here at the studio, which is in September and November. So if you want to join me here, you can go to my website, which is linked in the description, and check out the workshops that I have here. We're limited to 5 people. And also, I know you just can't, travel is iffy and workshops are canceled. So if you need instruction, I've got a lot of great online workshops for you. Again, those are linked in the description below, and please check those out. I got some great stuff in there: Abstract Painting Academy, Design Fundamentals for the Artist, the Painting Inside, are all about color. Just great courses that would benefit you greatly, and they're all at reduced prices right now. So check those out, and I hope this was all helpful for you, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.